for this law enforcement that we're not doing anything. All right, Lord, and thank you for this day, and thank you that we come there for our vision. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Harley McCown, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we start, welcome 4 new members and the 10 members that's here before. We got Jesse's on guard duty, so welcome everybody. Good luck the next 4 years with all that. All right, clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips.
Here.
Darwin Clark.
Here.
Somebody nudge Harley McCown. He don't hear very well.
Here.
Thank you, Harley. Shane Walker.
Here.
Frank Martin.
Here.
Robbie Melton. Here. Jeff Long.
Here.
Gene Moore. Here. Trey Nivens.
Here.
Geraldine Walker. Here. Randall Boswell.
Here.
Lee Richards.
Here.
Bill Talley.
Here.
Donna Savage. Here.
All right, we got a quorum. Number 5, approve the minutes from the August 13th, 2018 commission meeting. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Billy Phillips. Is there any discussion on that? All 4 say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, county commission elect chairman.
I'll make it then.
I'll second it.
Do we have any other nominations?
I'll make a motion to nominate these.
All 4 say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, well, thank you. I guess I'm the chairman again for another year. Number 7, you got, did you get everybody?
Who motion?
Randall made the motion.
Who's second?
Who's second? Frank seconded. All right. Number 7, county commissioners appoint a chairman pro temp. If I'm not able to be here, you run the court meeting. So
I'm Frank Martin.
I got a nomination by Greg Nivens for Frank Martin. Who seconded it? Randall Boswell.
I'll make a motion for Billy Phillips.
Okay. A motion by Darwin Clark for Billy Phillips.
I'll second.
And a second, Lee Richards. Any other nominations? All right, so we will,
Greg nominated Frank Martin.
Greg nominated and Boswell, Randall seconded. And then Darwin made a motion for Billy Phillips and Lee Richards seconded it. Okay, so if you call roll, we'll vote for both, and this was, I see who.
Can you vote?
Well, we can do 2 different ways. We can go through each one, or we can ask each person, you can vote for either one of them. We can't do that, so there's either.
Raise your hand when I call it.
All right, well, if everybody wants to, we can do it that way if everybody wants to. Okay, we'll vote on Frank Martin. Everybody wants to raise their hand for Frank Martin to be chairman. Okay, 8. Okay, Billy Phillips. Okay. I guess. Okay, Frank Martin, 8-6. Frank's the chairman pro tem.
Right.
6. And I hope you don't get any business in the next year, because I mean.
Well, I do.
Okay. All right. Number 8, consider approval for county general financial reports ending June 30th, 2018, and that's been approved by the budget committee. Motion by Donna Savage, second by Frank Martin. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call roll, please?
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Bill Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Trey Nivens.
Yes.
Gene Moore.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Frank Martin.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Harley McCowan.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
All right. motion passes. Number 9, consider approval for education quarterly reports ending June 30th, 2018. And that's been approved by the Education Committee and the Budget Committee. Motion by Harley McCowan, second by Donna Savage. Is there any discussion on that one? All right, clerk, we call roll, please.
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Harley McCowan,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Don Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 10, consider approval for trustees delinquent tax attorney, 4-year contract for 2018 through 2022 with Bruce Myers, attorney at law. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Gene Moore. That's up to the trustee, and that's who she decides to be the delinquent tax attorney. That's just the contract for the next term. So, is there any discussion on that? Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yeah.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Harley McCowan,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. We've done half more of this commission, I think we did the last.
Well, I forgot to go to something. But I was kidding about better go for it.
Well, that's better than us all five. All right, number 10 passes. Number 11, consider approval for resolution 2018-0910-01, accepting a cash gift subject to restricted terms pursuant to TCA Code 5-8-101 in the amount of $300,000. And that's been approved by the Highway and Property Committee and the Budget Committee. Motion by Harley McCowan, second by Frank Martin. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Harley McCowan,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 12, consider approval for recommendation to award Zones Incorporated a bid in the amount of $47,580 for Overton County Education Department Chromebooks. That's been approved by the Budget Committee, and for the new commissioners, that was a grant we got, and there was like a $2,500 match, and the county's paying that, and we're getting the Chromebooks for the schools with it, so.
About 200. 200 of them.
I was figuring 250, but we're having to do a little less because the case and all that goes in it, we couldn't do that many with it. 200 and something of them. Motion by Billy Phillips, second by Philip Talley. Is there any discussion on that? That'd be up to the Board of Education. See, most of the schools has already got, I don't think kindergarten they're doing all of them. And a lot of them they're having to replace if they bought to start with, so the school had it in their budget to buy them anyway. So we applied for it so they can save that part of the budget, maybe buy more. But it'll be up to the Board of Education to decide which schools. I know Gilham have bought some already out of their funds, and Rickman had somebody donate a lot of them. But I think they've still got, like Gilham's got enough for everybody there, but when a new kid comes, they don't have any extra ones, and they may use them for that. And Wilson, I don't know, it'll be up to them which school they go to. But they will buy that many more because they already had it in their budget to buy Chromebooks, and then we got the grant to buy that many more. So, any other questions on that? All right. Clerk, will you call roll, please?
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Harley McCowan,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
Motion passes. Number 13, consider approval to award bid for ambulance loading system to Stryker in the amount of $182,550.84. That's been approved by the Budget Committee. Motion by Randall Boswell, second by Donna Savage. Is there any discussion on that?
That's a grant too.
Yes.
Now, will Shane have to declare anything?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
The only thing would be if he's in a committee that has anything to do with his pay, is the
Yeah.
only thing, so. Used to when before they changed the laws about, would have, because everybody had to, every one of us had somebody kin to us, work for the county or the school or something, we had to declare it how we don't have to. Only on pay if it's in that committee, like if he was on salary, and the salary committee was supposed to give paramedics or EMTs a raise, he couldn't vote on that.
Okay.
All right, clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Harley McCowen,
Yes.
Shane Walker, Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right. Motion passes. Number 14, consider approval for recommendation to award bid for solid waste roll-off truck to Fitzgerald Truck Parts and Sales LLC. That's been approved by the Budget Committee, and the bid was $181,295, which was the low bid on the trucks that met the requirements. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Harley McCowen. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Harley McCowen,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 15, consider approval to add Short Lane and Coleman Lane to the county road list. That's been approved by the Highway and Property Committee and the Budget Committee. And Darwin had brought up that those roads have been county roads, and somehow in the years they've been dropped off the list, and they're not adding new roads. They were supposed to be on the list to start with, I tell you. Motion by Randall Boswell, second by Harley McCowen. Any discussion on that one? All four say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. Number 16, consider approval for trustee bond for Peggy Park Smith for 2018 through 2022 for a 4-year term for the bond. Her bond was more than other elected officials, so it had to be a separate one. 'Cause all the other elected officials are under one bond, and hers, since she's a trustee, had to be a lot more. So, motion by Donna Savage, second by Shane Walker. Is there any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Harley McCowen,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 17, consider approval deeding back the Rickland School property to the school board. That is map 097, parcel 025.01, and that's been approved by the Highway and Property and the Budget Committee. We brought up, I guess in the 1980s, Overton County bought that lot, there's almost 30 acres next to the Rickland School, and they put the state's first mass sewer system in next to Rickland School, and had all that property for sewer. But, the schools growed, and they need to expand the parking lot, and they're wanting to dig up the dirt and sell it and pay for gravel, but it's in our name right now, so, the school is their property, so we brought up to deed, we're gonna keep the fire department and the convenience center and deed the rest of it over to the school board. Motion for Billy Phillips, second by Philip Talley.
And we're leaving enough for expansion.
And we'll leave enough, now David Sales we'll have to go through the planning commission and cut out the fire department and the convenience center, but we'll have to get an easement because the sewer comes across the parking lot, and then that whole field is all sewer lines. And there's 40 or 50 field lines everywhere, that whole field is all field lines. So, in the future, if we ever got sewer down to Rickman, they could build out there in that field if we ever done a new school down there, but right now they couldn't, but that way it'll be in their name, and they can go ahead and fix the parking lot. They're looking at tearing the grass out between the 2 roads and making a big parking lot out of gravel, because when they have anything, there's not enough parking out there anyway, so. That way they'll have it and, it'll be in their name and they do whatever they do. Give them a second. Is there any more discussion on that?
Does the fire department
we own, the county owns all of it right now, so the fire department's on our property and the convenience center's on our property. So what we were looking at is we're gonna cut off the fire department and the convenience center, we'll keep that, that'll still be the county's, and we'll deed the rest of it to the school. But we'll make it far enough back to where if we ever did build a new fire department, they would be enough room to do it. But the problem we got is, right now, where the fire department mows, the sewer line is back this side of it, the main sewer line, so we couldn't ever build anything there anyway, so it's kind of landlocked. But we'll keep enough where if we did build a new building or something, it would be. But some of the fire departments back when they build them, like the one at Hillham is on the school's property, and they leased it to us for 99 years. So a lot of it's on our property or the school's property, so that it's in our name if that deed is. Any other discussion on that?
When you talk about sewer line, you talk about field line?
Yeah, there's a high pressure line that goes across that parking lot about halfway, and then there's two big old septic tanks, and there's about 40 field lines off each one. It runs everywhere. 20 acres of that field is all field line. Scott Mitchell over at the health department said that's the state's first mass sewer system, but that's not what they're talking about digging the parking lot. So, but all that property is in our name, and the school uses it, so we was just digging over to them.
I was just thinking about removing topsoil from above the field line.
Yeah, they're not gonna be moved, no.
Okay.
And see, the school deeded over Independence, and they deeded over Hardy Chapel to us, and they're looking at doing the road too, because we're using that and they're not, so they're just fixing the deeds, and we told them we'd fix that too, and straighten it up.
Going into the other, the driveway,
And I didn't know what the field was,
Yeah,
I didn't have
the field or selling dirt off the driveway between the blacktop and
The convenience center, we cut the fence out, made it bigger when we got a grant to do the oil recycling. We couldn't go back any farther because the field lines are right up next to the fence, so that's as far. But and like I said, in the future, if we ever got sewer, got a grant to do sewer down there from the industrial park, we would do away with all that. Is there any other discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Donna Savage,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Harley McCowen,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Billy Phillips.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 18, consider approval to transfer ambulance chassis to the highway department. The VIN, the last number is 9679, and the asset number 3530. That's been approved by the highway committee. What we've been doing when we change out ambulances, we've been giving the chassis to the highway department so they don't have to buy trucks. That's saved us quite a bit on the highway department side because we're not having to buy trucks and everything. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Randall Boswell. Any discussion on that? Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Billy Phillips,
Yes.
Darwin Clark,
Yes.
Harley McCowen,
Yes.
Shane Walker,
Yes.
Frank Martin,
Yeah.
Robbie Melton,
Yes.
Jeff Long,
Yes.
Gene Moore,
Yes.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Geraldine Walker,
Yes.
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Lee Richards,
Yes.
Philip Talley,
Yes.
Don Savage.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Number 19, consider approval for standing committee members effective immediately. That's in your packet. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Donna Savage. All four say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, those committees that you got in your packet are effective immediately, so we'll get a list out to all the commissioners of your committee you're on when they're set. Some of them are set monthly, and some of them as things come up, so we'll
Is that a one-year thing or?
1 year, every year when we do that. Yeah. All right. Number 20, County Commissioner appoint nursing home committee. And the way that works, I know we've talked about it in some new ones, but every district you decide who you want out of your district to be on the nursing home, and then you decide who you want on the beer board. So in the first district, okay, Frank Martin. And the second district,
Robert Clark.
third district,
Randall Boswell.
fourth, Billy Phillips, okay, and the fifth,
That's Don Sager.
Don Savage. Okay, so I need a motion to accept Frank Martin, Darwin Clark, Randall Boswell, Billy Phipps, and Donna Savage to the nursing home board. Motion by Robbie Melton, second by Harley McCowan. All four say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Right, so that's added to your committee list, so that's your nursing home board, number 20. And number 21 is County Commissioner Point Beer Board, that's the same way, so Gene Moore, first district, okay, Gene Moore. Second,
Yeah.
Jeff Long. Third district,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman. Okay. Fourth district,
Bill Campbell.
okay. Fifth district,
Greg Nivens.
okay, I'll need a motion to accept Gene Moore from the first, Jeff Long from the second, Jesse Bowman from the third, Philip Talley from the fourth, and Greg Nivens from the fifth district. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Donna Savage. All four say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, number 21 passes, that's your beer board for the next year, or longer. That'll be good. Number 22 is just to acknowledge the letter from the state approving the 2018-19 budget. There's no vote, it has to be to it, that's just acknowledging that the state said we done what's correct, we passed the budget before the end of June, and everything looked good in our budget. So it's just acknowledging that we all accepted it. 23, consider approval for notaries at large, Victoria Looper, Teresa Key, Anita Ledbetter, and Misty Crabtree. Motion by Frank Martin, second by Darwin Clark. All four say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Number 24, the next county court meeting will be Monday, August 15th, because October 8th is Columbus Day. So entertain a motion to adjourn.
You say August 15th?
October. Well, you can meet in August.
I heard it was always.
I just see if you, well, it was away. You were wrong. Okay, number 25, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Geraldine Walker, second by Jeff Long. All four say aye. Aye. If you're opposed, you can just stay sitting here. Or an actual beer board. Okay, everybody that's on the beer board needs to get a letter because the beer board meeting is tomorrow night. So, I think.
Oh, I thought you left.
That's me.